Hey everybody, I am back. I know I'm looking rough right now. I could sure use some beauty time, and I think, you know what, I got my whole day to do what I want to do, what I need to do. So I think I'm gonna take some time to find out where a nail spa is and go get my damn nails and feet done. But this video is pretty much gonna be about single mothers and women entrepreneurs. If you have it deep in your heart to where you want to start your own business, but you got stuff in your way, like maybe, you know, you got kids, so a lot of times people will always put in your mind that, you know, ain't no need to try to do nothing until they get old enough to get out the house, which is true. But my thing is, you can still do small things that could possibly keep you home. It don't have to be trucking per se, but that don't mean that you go your whole life, because a lot of times, you know, waiting for your child to turn 18, that's a very long time, and that's a lot of precious time that once they do turn 18, you can't get that back. So you can still do stuff like go to college while, you know, they little and get a trade, or you can go to college and get a major and you can still make a business of it. Like, let's just say you wanted to go to school, go to beauty school for doing hair or doing nails or whatever. You can definitely make a business out of that, but of course you got to go to school to get all the required certifications or documentations to make your business legit. So a lot of times it can get very discouraging when you have a lot of obstacles in your way. And then not even just that, it's like ever since I've been doing YouTube and I get different opinions of different people, mainly guys, I can sometimes realize that we are still put in a category of what we should and shouldn't be doing, or we'll get put down for trying to do the best we can do, especially as a single parent or a parent in general. Or it's kind of like it's still like an egotistical way that men think about us, and especially if you have a man and maybe you want to make him happy, so you try to please him by doing what his opinion of you should be. But at the end of the day, you have to learn to have your own self-identity, and you have to learn to have your own, in such a sense that, let's just say you and him didn't work out, and now that you and him didn't work out, you didn't take no time to build up your criteria as far as having a skill set. Now you've been dependent on him for all these years. Now that he might have done left you for a better model, or y'all just, whatever the case, it don't have to necessarily be cheating, but for whatever reason y'all didn't work out, and all these years you've been dependent on him to financially do for you, just everything for you, and you never took the time to really get into trying to have something. Now you got to start over when you probably like a lot of years older, when you could have really did it when you was young. You know, we have a lot of energy when we're young, so I feel like those are the best moments to take control of, because, you know, the sky is truly the limit when you're young, because you're full of energy. But the only downfall though is pursuing stuff when you're young. A lot of times you don't really know much, so if you don't have a mentor that can really kind of push you in the right direction, sometimes, you know, you'll learn from trial and error. But when it comes to like having your own business, and I'm starting to realize this myself, you won't have trial and error anyway, especially if you never ran a business, and especially if you're going at it by yourself. You don't know nothing, so you're going to make some mistakes, and sometimes the mistakes can be to where you just ready to quit and don't want to do it no more. But a lot of times trial and error are growing pains. Like a lot of times, you know, a lot of times when you go through mistakes and trials, that should be a learning lesson of what you should not do again if you so have to go through that certain situation again. So, I mean, you really have to have the want, because the only way you're going to get any business or anything of your own off the ground, you have to be persistent, you have to be passionate, you have to really be hungry. I forget his name, but I watch a lot of positive motivational speakers, and there was this one guy. He said, yeah, I'm the son of Mimi Brown. Oh, Les Brown. His name is Les Brown, and then Zig Ziglar. They always talk about being successful and just what you'll go through, how you gonna go through it. Like, it's more of a motivational speaking to keep you going. And that's another thing too. Watch your circle. Watch your circle. I don't care if it's your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, your best friend from since you was a kid. People you think that would really have your back. Sometimes they don't understand the true passion that you have. So the first thing they'll say, especially if they don't even see that it's obtainable, they'll try to say, well, you shouldn't do that. I don't think you can do that. You need to just go home and be home with the kids and this and that. And like I said, it ain't got to be trucking. So whatever business you're trying to pursue don't necessarily mean you got to be gone away from home. But because your family can't see your vision, they're going to try to make you give up on it when that's not the case. If you really want something, don't let nobody stop you from going to get it, is all I'm saying. And only reason that I can say that is because I'm doing it. I really don't like that I'm away from home, but my goal is to work my way to where I am home. Like, I don't plan to be on this road for like 10 years, 20 years, this and that. My plan is to build my business, to get it to where I can have people working for me. That's what I'm doing. So people can judge me and say, well, you should be home anyway. You got kids at home, this and that and that and that. Well, you don't know what I'm doing or have to go through to do what I'm doing. So a lot of times people will try to put their judgments of what they've been through or how they think things should be, or their culture, because a lot of times people's subconscious is how they was raised. So if how they was raised is in contrary to what you believe in, of course people got to have something to say. But that comes to where you have to have tough skin, and when you hungry, passionate, and really just want it, you don't give 2 cents. Because I was watching Guilty's live feed, and the Alaskan Cowboy said something that really makes sense. The people that's trying to talk shit to you or about you, they not the ones that's paying your bills. They ain't the ones that's taking care of you. They ain't doing nothing to you. So they little invisible words, like words only have the power that you give it. So their little negative words that only has power if you give it, don't mean nothing. Because at the end of the day, if you listen to them or don't listen to them, are they paying your bills? Are they giving you a roof over your head? Are they providing you 3 meals a day for you and your kids? No. If you and your kids fall and y'all got evicted today, the person that's trying to talk crap to you, are they going to give you a place to stay? So that to be said, the only time I feel like you should be concerned about what somebody is saying is when it's kind of like that's the hand that's feeding you, and they have a saying to where you don't bite the hand that's feeding you. But you should never get it to where that's the only hand feeding. You should be feeding yourself. And a lot of times, especially as women, we tend to always, well, I ain't gonna say we, but some women tend to get to where they want to be fully dependent on a man, or they go after a man for what he got. So they depend on him to have his business, or they depend on the man to have what he got going. But then you never get into what you should have for yourself, you know, just for self-preservation. You want to self-preserve for any situation that happens, so that if any situation happen, you know, whatever your name is, John Doe gonna be all right. I'm not John Doe, but Jane Doe gonna be all right. So that's why I do what I do. I'm a fully independent woman. It ain't to say that I'm male bashing, because I love men, like I really do. And whenever I do find my special someone, you know, I'm gonna treat him like a king that he is, you know. But you know, at the end of the day, I have to build for the future of me and my family, because if I don't, first of all, I won't feel fulfilled as a person. And then, I mean, I've been raised to be independent. I've been raised to never depend on nobody. So that's why I do a lot of things that I do. So that's why I'm able to kind of talk about it. So I hope I've encouraged a nice young lady, or a nice older lady, or a nice single mother, or a nice person that just ain't got no kids, that you go after what you want. You only get one life to do it, and life is too short. Like, you might think that living up to 90 years or even living up to 100 years is a long time, but truth be told, once you get older, it's like them years go faster and faster and faster. Like for me, I just had a birthday. Now my birthday about to roll back around. It's like the older you get, the quicker these years go by. So you don't have time. And if you pass 40, that's only 40 more years until you turn 80. So you are almost at your halfway mark. So what are you waiting for? If you 40 and the question is crossing your mind, what in the hell have I done for myself? That means it's time to get working, because you still got 10 good years to make something happen. What's his name? The guy that owned KFC. Colonel Sandler. I think he got his first business off the ground when he was 60 years old. So if this guy can get something going and he was already past the half mark of being old, what are you waiting for and you still young? So ladies, you know, we have to learn to stand on our own 2 feet. And that ain't to say that we don't want to have to need our men that we love. But at the end of the day, you know, we want to be able to add, first of all, add to the relationship. And, you know, just be your own person. Because a lot of times people can feel like they need something to validate them. Guess to say that you need a man to validate you, you have to learn to validate yourself. So that's what I've learned. And I know a lot of people say, well, that's probably you just saying that because you ain't got no man. You probably can't even get a man. You got all them kids. You can't get shit. That's not why I'm saying that, because I can get a man. I have choices. Trust and believe, I'm not single because I have to be. I'm not single because don't nobody want me. I have choices. I'm just choosing not to be with nobody because I want to get myself right. I can't be good for nobody else if I'm not right. Like, I guess this is not a good thing, but I kind of have a little bit of pride to where I pride myself in making sure that I'm good for me and my kids. So I don't want to go into a relationship to where I have a lot of baggage on my back or I have a lot of problems. When I go into a relationship, I want it to be smooth sailing so that the honeymoon phase is over. Now we arguing about paying bills, who gonna do this, I need help with that. I want to have my shit so airtight that when I go into a relationship, I am a plus to whoever man that I get with. So that's what I'm saying. You know, I'm like a 50-50 person. I don't believe that a man should take care of me. That's not my belief. You know, I'm not saying that that's wrong, but that's not my belief. I truly believe in 50-50 to where what he can do for me, I can do it for him back. So that's why I'm saying what I'm saying. So all right, y'all, I hope this message helps somebody. But at the end of the day, it's per individual. I don't expect everybody to agree with me, and I don't expect everybody to think how I think. But this is just something to make you think, and maybe you can kind of tweak the opinion of what I'm giving. Like, damn, maybe she do got a point to that. So yeah. So all right, y'all, time is of the essence. I'm making better time of it. I'm at this Love's. I'm about to try to get these damn inverters fixed in my cigarette lighters and get it going, because it sucks not being able to plug up nothing. I want to cook. I want to watch TV. I can't do none of that because I ain't got no power to do it. So all right, y'all, let's love each other, not judge each other, because I never judge y'all. And y'all know I love y'all. So deuces.